Calcasieu Medical Reserve Corps was one of 7 Medical Reserve Corps units across the country to receive a grant for their response during a disaster. Senior Program Analyst with the National Association of County and City Health Officials, Catherine Dever, explains.
The project goal is to take a look at MRC units that across the country that have a high level of readiness, have deployed for major disaster responses, are actively engaged within their community during a day-to-day basis, and pulling some best practices from those MRC units, the Medical Reserve Corps units, and identifying what worked well, establishing some standards, what we're calling mission sets, so that other MRC units across the country can take a look at those and use them as a baseline to prepare their volunteers to respond, tailor it to their local community and be able to respond. Kind of setting a standard response mission set for across the country. We're also looking at the volunteer standards. What makes a successful volunteer be ready and prepared to deploy to help support their local community? So we're really looking at Angela and the local Calcasieu Medical Reserve Corps, pulling those best practices, where were their success stories, pulling resources that we can use to share across the country and really build the capabilities of the Medical Reserve Corps and share the capabilities with their local stakeholders from each of the different Medical Reserve Corps units across the country. Calcasieu MRC was one of the sites. They were selected because of their most recent heavy response efforts for Hurricane Harvey and the support of that, as well as their very active engagement on a day-to-day basis within the community in a variety of different roles. It was a surprise for them. We did hand select the units. We took a look at the Medical Reserve Corps Program Office has a reporting database that we were able to pull from. And we took a look at the MRC units across the country that had reported their response activities as well as their day-to-day activities from 2017. So those that bubbled up to the top, like the Calcasieu MRC, they were selected. Plus we knew that Angela has been here for a long time. She has a well-established MRC, so we knew we could pull a lot from them.
Calcasieu Medical Reserve Corps Coordinator Angela Jewett tells us how they will use the grant and what they had to do to be able to receive the grant.
We're going to set a structure for sheltering and write up a way how to do each logistical part of sheltering, where we are purchasing equipment and supplies that we will have. It's like shelter in a box for each logistical: food services, transportation, donations, and that's how it's going to really help the Medical Reserve Corps here, because we will have all that set up and be able to use it. We had to hold a partnership meeting for the different agencies that we work with. What we did, instead of just doing the agencies in the parish, we actually included a lot of our state agencies who came to the table, and we had about 70 partners. We had a group from Washington, D.C. that came and conducted the meeting, and they also did a little training about NACCHO, what it stood for, and some of the activities they do. So it was just really a good time to get together. They wanted to see how we operated here in Calcasieu Parish and what they could take back to NACCHO and let them know what we did. We had to attend the National Public Health conference with some of the money, and then the rest of the money can be spent on the supplies that we're going to be putting together for sheltering.
I knew we had picked a really good site, but after meeting with some of the leadership here, I know we definitely picked a good site, and I'm really looking forward to getting some really good information and resources that we can take back and share with the rest of the Medical Reserve Corps units.
For the Parish Line, I'm Margaret Higgins.